it is iYikKam time again. So after I have released the 2016 YJKYM, I got many messages sent to me. And there are a lot of questions, and including even people told me that I have no idea what is the Wing Chun YJKYM in Xiu Lin Tao. Thus, I make this big mistake of proposing the 2016 YJKYM. Okay, so with all this response, it led to I got these inspirations today to share the following with you. Okay, I'm going to prove to you why my 2016 proposal is a accurate and very critical proposal. Okay, and using the ancient Queen and the training to prove to you. Okay, now in Wing Chun we have two quid. It said Kam Yong Locking, Lek Chung Bei, okay, which is a common case, common quid, saying that using the clamping yang to sinking the force flow and force come up from the ground. Okay, Kam Yong Locking, Lek Chung Bei. So it meaning that in the YJKYM, one need to be able to sink or descend the force flow downward and the force raised from the ground. Okay. Now, if we really do understand or master the common denominator of Chinese ancient art, okay, in Chinese there's a term called tong. Tong meaning master, meaning rounded. One be able to understand the whole thing, okay, from different angles. If one know that, and at that level, one will know this two quid and the Tai Chi quid of 齐根在脚，发之以腿，主宰以腰，行以手指。Meaning the root is in the feet, okay, and execute with the thigh or this area, handling it with the hip and show up in the finger. Those are the same thing. It's just only saying it thing in different way. Okay? And also, as we know, it says externally train the bone, tendon, and skin. Okay? 外练筋皮骨. Okay? It said that. Okay? Now, when one do the YJKYM, this has to be accomplished. Otherwise, the YJKYM is useless. What are you training? Okay? So we have this quid, be it in from Wing Chun or from Tai Chi. They are describing the same thing from different angle. Okay? Where the Wing Chun quid of Kam Yong Locking and Lek Chung Bei, or using the clamping yang to sink the force flow and force come up to from the ground, which is the descriptions of the force flow part, and the Tai Chi, which is saying the root is in the feet, handling it in this thigh area, control with the hip, show up in the finger, is handling of the physical. Okay, so the issue is in this area, and this is using for handling or controlling, and then it show up in the finger, which is the Tai Chi. So this is a physical handling. Okay, now if you look at a squat, an air squat, okay, an air squat, when we squat down this way, okay, that is actually externally train the bone, the tendons, which is needed to implement the quick we have mentioned, okay, the forceful and the handling. So how is so? Simple. If you want to control or handling the force flow and the body, or training the muscle, tendon and the bones, if you look at that, when you do squat, all those joints, 7 bolts with the spine is handling. That is externally train the bones, the joints. Okay. As for the tendon, the muscle or tendon group from the behind of your ear here down to the heel, that 2 big tendon group, that is the base of root. And in the feet, issue with this area, handling with the hips and show up with the fingers. So in other words, if all those joints or the bones is not handled or trained or developed, and the tendon between the ear, this muscle group until this Achilles tendon area is not trained, no way one can do that. So in order to implement this 2 Wing Chun's quick, or even the Tai Chi riding, as we mentioned, one need to train these bones and these joints and the tendons. Otherwise, it's no show. So how are you going to supposed to stand this way, tuck your hip like this, and holding that to train all the joints and the tendon? You can. Okay. So that is what and why and how I propose the 2016 YJKYM development has to do this, using this air squat to be the base platform of it, the core training of it. Otherwise, what are you doing? Okay? And this is according to the ancient Chinese saying of externally training the tendons and the bones and the muscle. Okay? That's simple. So when we look at the quick, we're not trying to think about something far, far away, okay? Or some philosophy, some mysterious stuff. No. Simply, when you do an air squat, you see your muscle group and all your joints and bones are developed and trained. That's simple. Okay? Now, the second part of the Chinese martial art training is said that internally train the breathing, 内练一口气. Okay? Now, in Wing Chun Quick, we say 气沉丹田, the qi sing to 丹田. Okay? If you look like the Tai Chi Quick, it says 气意鼓荡, the qi has to be agitated. So what the heck is this? What is this got to do with internally train the breath, the breathing? Okay. Now let me tell you this. Qi, when we say 心气to 丹田, 气沉丹田, that qi is breathing. Don't take it as one energy, okay? Also, the Tai Chi Quick, when they say 气意鼓荡, the qi has to be agitated. That is breathing. It's not something else, okay? And these two, both the Wing Chun term and the Tai Chi term is actually a description of 内练一口气 internally train the breathing. Then you ask me, how is 心气 to 丹田 got to do with the qi has to agitate? Well, this is something which is people don't tell you, but I tell you today, okay? 心气 to 丹田 and qi has to be agitated is the same thing. It's just telling you in a different way. Usually people take it wrongly, thinking that if you say 心气 to 丹田, I have to force this part and do a whole bunch of stuff to this area, focus on this lower abs, breathing and so forth. That's not the case in the reality. The case in the reality is 心气 to 丹田, meaning the breathing is agitated, the breathing going, the full body breathing. Okay? Human breathing, a proper human breathing, which is nature, is actually like a resonance of the pendulum. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, swing like this. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. That is the agitate the Tai Chi kid talk about. That is 心气 to 丹田. 心气 to 丹田, meaning the full body breathing and the breathing is agitated or resonance like a pendulum. Okay, that is what it is. So again, with our air squat, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. That is naturally agitated. That is the 心气 to 丹田. It's not standing there, try to force here using your yi or your mind power or anything to create a whole bunch of crazy stuff, stress up the whole body. It's not that. 心气 to 丹田 and qi has to be agitated, meaning that this the breathing is action in the resonance or vibration way, inhale, exhale like a pendulum, and the whole internal organ is loose up, and that's why it's a massaging internally to make the circulation internally and the oxygen intake even stronger, okay, to boost it. So if we do proper air squat, it's still inhale, exhale, inhale. That's what is there. So if you do an air squat, externally train the bone, tendons and muscle group is there. Internally train the breathing, which is 心气 to 丹田, and the qi has to be agitated, is there. So what else do you want? Everything so simple is there. Okay? Only have this capability when one do in the YJKYM, one be able to do this, externally train the bones and tendon, internally train the breathing. Because Wing Chun Xiu Lim Tao is an advanced art, it is really fine handling, meaning that it needs to be handling the details very fine, or one need to handle the details properly. Without this type of the air squat type of handling of the physical and the breathing, one is not going to be able to do that in the YJKYM. That's why one not be able to understand it, one not be able to handle it. And there's no such thing as training stand or fighting stand. There's only one stance, living stance, because one is a living human being, not a dead one, and not for rehearsal. You use it every day, use it or lose it. Okay? So, from here, I have shown you Air squat is a must if we need to have a result from the YJKYM training. So 2016 YJKYM, which I propose, is based on that. If you have that, it accords with the ancient internal art. It accords with today's modern science. It gives result. The body will be much better handling, the breathing will be much better handling, the internal organ will be much better handling. Much benefit. Instead of goes in there, climb there, and then you do this and thinking, oh, I have to do this, suffocate myself, and those kind of stuff. Okay? This is what it is. So let's not thinking something far, far away. Like the Zen said, everyday mind is the Tao. Okay? 平常心是道. Okay? And what is Tao? Tao is not some kinds of mysterious stuff or spiritual stuff. Tao just means principle, the law of nature, law of physics, law of human body mechanics. It's not something way out there, you know, and people try to write all whole kinds of wishful thinking. No, it's just basic. It's everyday life, everyday living stuff. Okay. And finally, I'd like to share with you this in extra. Chinese have 4 schools of teaching in China. So please do not mix it up and screw ourselves. Number 1, the Taoism. The teaching of the Taoism is on following the principle or law of nature, like today's law of physics. That is Tao. Tao is principle and law of physics. So Taoism meaning that you follow this principle of universe, of the law of physics of the nature. The second is Confucian. Okay? Confucian teaching is about how to manage one's life and how to manage like in a company, project and so forth, or how to manage a country, those stuff. That's Confucian. The third is the Buddhism. Buddhism is about time, space, energy, and go beyond time, space, and energy into different state. Human state, outer state, and a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, advanced stuff, which is more than what we live in, you know, in this physical world. The exam and it observe and develop skill to that. The fourth is the Mo. The Mo school is actually today when we talk about the Yi or the Yi Qi, okay? Like in martial art, that a hero will help others, disregard or what, not concern oneself. That is from the Mo Jia, the teaching of Mo. So there's 4 of us, and each of them have their characteristics and what they are doing about. But today, we mix this thing up and then we put our own speculation without even understanding what's going on. That is exactly as what the Zen said, 头上安头. You have the head already and you're thinking you want to put another head on the top of it. And you end up screwing the whole thing up. Because it is putting things excessive and it just totally not belongs to the place. Okay? So, the proposal of the 2016 YJKYM with the air squat I show you already. How is it internally train the breathing, externally train the bone, tendon and skin? That's simple. Okay? We don't want to have another 65 years of going nowhere. We better progress from here. So this is for you today.